What's up, everybody? What's going on? How's everybody doing today? Another episode, Legacy Moves, Gas Station Podcast. Yeah, I'm just getting in. But I wanted to talk to y'all, man. I had I got a good subject today, I think. I hope y'all enjoy it, man. First of all, before we get started, I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And make sure y'all hit the notification button so when we have videos like this, you will be notified. You will be ready. And you will stay informed. Did you get your 3 W's today? Did you get your 3 W's? Did you get your word, your wisdom, and your workout today? All three are important. All three are important. Getting you some word, 30 minutes of word. When you wake up, 30 minutes of wisdom. Put something on there where you can learn something every day. Every day you should be learning. Every day you should have an eagerness to learn. They make it easy for you to learn today. YouTube. They got all kind of informative things on there. Where anything you want to know, you can learn something about it. So you have no excuse why you can't learn something every day. Why you can't create value in your own life. And you can create value to somebody else. And did you get your workout? You ain't got to have no strenuous workout. You ain't got to have no strenuous workout. Yeah. Hold on right quick, y'all. Yeah. What's going on? Yeah. Sorry about that. I had to. Business, I'm always taking care of business. It's always, how it goes. Hey, man, when you're a businessman, you got stuff going on. You always want to be, you always got to take care of your customers, man. Customers are always right. Customers are always first, man. I always take care of your customers. I always treat your customers right, man. Another lesson, we'll get into that another day. But did you get your 3 W's, man? Gas Station Podcast, fueling ground for the mind, the body, and the soul. In the gas station, we always, focusing on making sure your mind is right, your body's right, and your head's right. Today in the gas station, what we're going to talk about, man, and what we're focusing on is racism, man. Racism, man. Ugly word. Oh, racism is such an ugly word. Oh, man. We don't need no more racism. Guess what? I think the total opposite. We need more racism. I think we need more racism. And I think the reason why black folks are poor and deprived and haven't been able to get themselves together is because they ain't practicing racism and they trying to make everybody else stop practicing racism. Let me repeat myself, man. That's a mean Jew there. Black folks, well, we practicing it, but we try to act like we ain't practicing it, and we try to act holier than thou like we ain't practicing it. But we not embracing racism, loving on racism, understanding the power in racism, and learning from racism and building from racism. And we are trying to stop it. Oh, they racist. And they playing politically correct. Oh, we not racist. They racist motherfucker. We are racist too. And we need to be more racist. And we need to embrace racism and stop denigrating racism, because everybody practices racism. The only ones who deny racism, and that's the reason why we're not benefiting from racism, is because we deny it and we trying to have affirmative action, trying to make other people stop practicing racism, instead of embracing racism and start learning from racism and watching other racist racisms and being better because of racism. Yeah. If we learn to embrace racism like everybody else, we will become better because of racism. See, the thing about it, racism is not the problem. It's the supremacist is the problem when you think you're better than somebody else. But racism is what we need. Racism is what we should be practicing. Racism is what everybody else is practicing, and understand that's what they're practicing. But they don't want to hurt your feelings, so they don't want to tell you they practicing racism. Some people call it nationalism. But it ain't shit but racism. But we so busy. Oh, he's racist. You need to make sure that you racist too. And you losing big time if you ain't racist. Yeah, you losing big time if you ain't racist. Because let me tell you what racism is. Hold on right quick. Let me take care of my customers real quick. Let me tell you what racism is, y'all. Racism is you taking care of you. You migrating to you, like-minded you. Yeah, that's what racism is. I'm gonna pull up the definition of racism. Hold on, I'm pulling up the definition of racism right now. So I'm reading racism. A prejudice by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the base of their membership in a particular race or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. But guess what? I'm going to have to say that I totally disagree with that definition. And, oh, you can't disagree with the white man, what the white man said. Yes, I do. I do totally disagree with their definition of racism. Yeah, I totally disagree with that. I ain't never looked that up, but I just looked it up and I totally disagree with it. I believe we all got a prejudice, but I don't believe that we have to discriminate against each other because we practice racism. I don't believe that we discriminate against each other or have a preconceived notion to harm each other because we practice racism. I don't think that we have we want to make this person lesser because we practice racism. I don't agree with any of that. The first place I experienced racism was in prison, when I went to prison. When I went to prison, I experienced racism. And let me tell you what racism was to me in prison. Racism, what to me was in prison, wasn't whites against blacks, blacks against Mexicans. No, that wasn't racism to me. Racism to me was, because I was from Austin, Texas, so when I went to federal prison, Austin car, Texas car, as soon as I got in prison, guess who? Hey, he from Austin. Hey, man, all your people over there, are you Austin? Are you a Crip? All your people over there. Are you a homosexual? All your people over there. So we just naturally gravitate to the people who we're familiar with. Mexicans just naturally gravitate to Mexicans because they from Mexico. White folks just naturally gravitate to them. Not all white folks gravitate to each other. Po-trash gravitate to po-trash. Rich white boys gravitated to rich white boys. Bloods gravitated to bloods. Crips gravitated to Crips. And that's who they were spending their time with. And so why wouldn't, if opportunities presented themselves, why would he give a white boy or a Crip, why would a Crip give a blood or a white boy or, I ain't gonna be discriminatory, why wouldn't he give one of his people who he's familiar with the opportunity first? When a white boy do it, it's, such and such, he's just being racist. He ain't doing shit that we supposed to be doing the exact same thing. When we see opportunities for each other, we should be doing just like them. Opening up doors for each other. Instead of us opening up doors, we trying to force him to open up a door or spend time with somebody he don't want to spend time with. Or work with somebody he don't want to work with. Or spend his whole day with somebody he don't want to spend his whole day with. But if it's you or me, we want to put the people in place who we want to spend our day with. Spend our time with, who we want to make our money with. We ain't all so fancy and diverse. The blood card don't say, hey man, we can't just be bloods over here. Let's invite a few homosexuals over here. Let's invite a few Crips over here to diversify so we won't look like racists. In fact, they don't even want to go over there. We the only ones who are trying to force our way in arenas and in situations that they don't want us in. We can create. God made us in his image also as a creator. We can create our own success. We choose not to. We choose to think everybody else is wrong and everybody else has abandoned us and everybody else should accept us, when we don't accept and love on ourselves. I don't have no problem with the white man hiring another white man, excuse me. Because that's his people. We should be doing the same thing for our people. But that doesn't have nothing to do with the white boy. And the white boy really don't think, man, I'm going to be demonic and not hire the nigger. No, I want somebody who I can spend my day with. Somebody who I'm compatible with. Somebody who I'm familiar with. I might even grow up and went to school with this joke. I'm trying to get him in, or he in my circle and I'm trying to get him, sneak him in without telling y'all all my goddamn business. And we should be doing the same thing. And until we learn to be racist, and I don't mean racist where we look down, discriminate, or hate other people, where we learn to start developing our own selves, our own community, and finding people with like minds as us who gonna grow and build. Because guess what? You're gonna attract the same energy you are. So if you're a bad motherfucker, you already got bad motherfucker nigga partners. Goddamn, he just waiting for opportunity, just like LeBron. LeBron was a bad motherfucker. And so he attracted Maverick, Rich Paul. No, we ain't never heard of him. We ain't had to hear from him because the same energy attracts each other. They try to talk, who is he? He brought these old no, it didn't matter because his energy attracted. He ain't gonna attract niggas or energy that ain't a part of him. You ain't gonna attract energy and people that ain't a part of you, and nobody else is. And that same white boy in the bank with the goddamn gray suit on or the blue suit on, this a conservative. Yes, unfortunately, he wants another white boy that has a blue or gray suit on next to him. Just like if you're a blood, you want another blood next to you. If you're a feminist, you're going to want another feminist next to you. If you're a crib, you're going to want another crib next to you. If you're a stockbroker, you're going to want another stockbroker next to you. If you're an athlete, you're going to want another athlete next to you. You think Kobe Bryant would want to diversify? And I'm being facetious as hell, but do you think Kobe Bryant wants to diversify and let me play basketball with him? Y'all ain't never seen me play basketball. Well, I'm going to diversify and not get a good basketball player so I can let everybody have opportunity. As crazy and as profound as that may sound, that's exactly what y'all asking that white boy to do. That's exactly what y'all asking. Y'all ain't asking of yourself. You trying to force somebody else to do what he don't want to do instead of us coming together and us being racist ourselves and start developing and pulling up our others by the bootstrap. Because guess what? If you're a blood, you ain't pulling no crip up by the blue strap. Y'all black on black. But guess what? You're going to pull up another one of your brothers. That ain't discriminatory. That's you. Hey, as my boy, we carry the same energy. I know what I do. He pretty close to it. It's already a scientific fact that who you are, you're going to attract the same company, the same energy. Your best friends, the people that you have, are basically you. Hoes hang with hoes. Just because you may be less a hoe or fuck one or two niggas less than the other, don't mean that you ain't no hoe if you hang with nothing but hoes. Niggas from the street, niggas that was getting bricks, hung with niggas that's getting bricks. Southwest T hung with his brother Meech because they both were getting money. Broke niggas and get money niggas don't. I mean, they may cordial and they may coincide. They may do a little business. But ultimately, get money niggas hang with get money niggas and broke niggas hang with broke niggas. Weed smokers hang with weed smokers. Crackheads hang with crackheads. I'm talking from a black perspective, y'all. If I'm talking a lot of Crips and Bloods, because I'm black. And these are the terminologies that I'm familiar with. These are the terminologies I'm familiar with. And I surround myself and associate myself with the type of people I am. I don't get high, smoke, dope, use drugs. So those type of people hardly ever come around me. In my circle of friends, none of us get high, smoke, dope, none of that. Because we don't do that. None of us are interested in that. None of us just naturally do that. And they definitely don't come over here with it. Because I don't do it. So it's not going to be no fun over here because you're not going to do it in here either. This is not the place for the drugs. So we need to practice racism, y'all. We need to embrace racism. We need to acknowledge racism. We need to turn, just like we turn nigga into an enduring and a positive word. Racism should be changed more into a positive word than nigga. Because guess what? The skinheads embracing each other, giving each other opportunity. The Cubans do it. Mexicans do it. White boys do it. Foreigners do it. We the only ones complaining, bitching, and want some help and want somebody to stop being racist and let us in the door. Instead of making our own door, being accountability for ourselves. Being accountable for our actions. Taking responsibility for us and our community. Who's going to do that? Who's going to take responsibility for us? Instead of us begging for affirmative action. You should give us an opportunity. NBA, this and guess what? They don't give you no opportunity. Y'all stop playing. You don't think they giving there ain't no coaches or no owners in the NBA or ain't no owners in the NFL? Stop playing for 2 games. See if shit start changing. Miss your 2 checks. You motherfuckers making millions and millions of dollars. You can't miss 2 checks. You miss 2 checks when they suspend your ass. So quit bitching and complaining about them if they ain't giving y'all no ownership. You know? Quit bitching and complaining if they ain't giving you no ownership. Shut up and dribble. If you ain't willing to do nothing about it. If y'all ain't willing to organize. Create your own league. Stop playing. Get races on their ass. We gonna come together and stop motherfucking playing. But guess what? We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that because we're gonna shut up and dribble. We're gonna beg or we're gonna complain. We're gonna find a problem or we're gonna need help or it's their fault they ain't let us in the door and and all this old shit here. Instead of making our own opportunity, making our own way, taking full accountability of everything that goes on in your life. Everything, because every time you give somebody else the keys of your life, every time you blame somebody else while you ain't got no opportunity, while you blame somebody else while you ain't got no money, while you blame somebody else while you ain't got, look at your surroundings. Look at the people you said you around. Either you need to be opening up opportunity for them, pulling them up, or they need to be opening up opportunity for you. And if that's not happening, if you're not looking for your network to help you grow and build you, if you're looking outside your network over there, because guess what? When you become successful and powerful, everybody wants to be a part of that. You ain't got to beg now some bitch for no helping hand. When you become successful, everybody wants to be a part of that. And success is by you surrounding yourself in a group of people, creating the energy with a group of people who is y'all are going to become racist and build each other up. And it had nothing to do with you thinking that you're better than somebody else. It ain't had nothing to you doing to harm somebody else. It had nothing to do with you trying to bring somebody else down. It's you and the people that you spend your time with are pooling your resources together for success. If you and the people that you spend the majority of the day with are not pooling your resources together for success, then guess what? You hanging out with the wrong group of sapsuckers. Yeah, you hanging out with the wrong group of sapsuckers, man. I call them sapsuckers, man. Because guess what? You need to model yourself after that white boy. Because guess what they doing? Them and they boys, they goddamn, that old boy connection, they working right along. And all they do is hear y'all bitching and complaining about them. And they keeping it trucking, keeping it moving. Instead of bitching and complaining and think they should let you in the door, they giving you the blueprint of what you need to be doing. Because they don't hate you. What they doing has nothing against you. All they care about is their bottom line and that green dollar and the power that they make. Because everybody wants to be a part of the power source. And you can do it too. We can do it too. Black folks can do it too. If we embrace racism just like we embrace the word nigger. In fact, that's what I'm going to name this show. We need to embrace the word racism like we embrace the word nigger. Because if we start loving on racism, our lives will change. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. We doing just like everybody else is doing. Taking accountability for themselves, taking accountability for their own, loving on their own, and also loving outside to everybody else. But they learn to love themselves first. They learn to take care of themselves first. They learn to take care of their group first. LGBT learn to take care of their group first. Crips learn to take care of their group first. Bloods learn to take care of their group first. Cubans learn to take care of their group first. White boys learn to take care of their group first. Black folks now, instead of us complaining, bitching, fighting with each other, need to learn to take care of our group first, man. Legacy Move, Gas Station Podcast, fueling ground for the mind, the body, and the soul. Let's learn to be racist also. Let's learn to embrace the word nigger Well, we already embraced the word nigga. Let's embrace the word racism like we embrace the word nigga and be proud to be racist. Not bigots, not supremacists, but let's proud to be racist. Because we done took our race and built it up. Just like every other race does. Just like every other sector, every other voting block, because this is voting season, so we're going to use voting block, LGBT, National Gun and Rifle Society, AARP, Cubans, Mexicans, foreigners, and the list goes on and on and on and on. And let's learn to start lobbying for legislation that works on our behalf. Legacy Move Gas Station Podcast, man. Fueling ground for the mind, the body, and the soul. Hey, man, y'all, make sure you get your 3 W's, get your 30 minutes word, get your 30 minutes wisdom, get your 30-minute workout each and every day, man. I love y'all. Hey, black folks, let's embrace the word racism like we embrace the word nigga. And let's start building ourselves up like everybody else is doing. But that don't mean we trying to be no bigots or no supremacists. That means we are embracing our race and are cultivating and developing our race. Legacy Move Gas Station Podcast. I'm out. Hey, said it's the gas.